you doing, Hedgehog Maniacs and Doki Fanatics? Sonic 17 here, back with more Doki Storm. Of course, it's a mod for Doki Literature Club. Boy, the last time we saw me play, I still can't believe what Yuri revealed to Natsuki and everything. It's one thing to be called weird, but it's another to go on the attack like that. I really felt bad for Yuri after what she got done explaining all that. Listen, I have favoritism when it comes to Natsuki, but not even Yuri deserved what happened. Yuri may not condone violence, but I would've. I'm not gonna go into further detail, but it's time to continue this. Let's dive in. Let's do it to it. Showtime. I hope you guys can hear me. It's Sunday. It's time to leave for Sonya X's house. I wear my favorite tan sweater. I pack up everything I need. The cloth for the banner, the rivets, the diffuser, and a box of condoms. Oh, the condoms? That's right. The last video before the previous recording, Yuri's mother mentioned condoms. I still can't get over that bit. Anyway, I rearranged the items to make sure the box is covered. I think I would die of embarrassment if you saw it prematurely. Depends on who it is. But you're probably right on that, Yuri. It was hard enough buying it in the first place yesterday. As usual, the thought crosses my mind to decide which knife to take with me. But I've done so well without them the past couple of days that I'd like to continue with that progress. However, it also occurs to me that I'm going to need something to cut the ribbons. That's true. I hesitate. I'm really not sure whether I should bring one or not. How much do I trust myself with my knives lately? It's been 4 days since my last episode. Oh, that's right. She stabbed herself. After the second day and everything. I just remembered that. Talk about an uneasy feeling. But the mod creator said that this mod is disturbing at times. Anyway, that's not an especially long time. But I have been feeling a lot better than usual lately, and I feel really good about it today. I selected the one with the wavy pattern on the handle and the blue blade. I think I see it. I think it's the one on the top right, isn't it? Or was it on the bottom? Or was it the bottom right? I don't know. It's collapsible into a non-threatening shape. Hopefully that will help. I think it's the one on the top right. I hold it in my hands in front of me, resisting the urge to decrease the design of the handle. I'm bringing you to help with the decorations. The decorations only. Understand? The knife does not respond, of course. Nevertheless, I put it in my bag as I head out. I quickly find Sonya X's house and ring the doorbell. My heart is racing in anticipation about our time together this afternoon. I hope I'll be able to remain calm when I greet him. The more time I spend waiting on his doorstep, the more anxious I get. Has enough time passed to avoid ringing the doorbell a second time? I don't know, but I ring it again anyway, hoping that it doesn't make me sound as as frantic as I feel. More time passes. No one answers. This is taking too long. Yuri's worried that MC had second thoughts, but that's not the case. Something's wrong. I am a bit early, but he should be home anyway, right? Am I at the right house? I double checked the house number, then walked to the corner to double check the street name. There's no doubt about it. This is Slide X's house. What do I do? Should I look in the window to see if he's there? That might be a creepy thing to do. All depends on if you make it that creepy, Yuri. But it'd be mostly that. I ring the doorbell a third time. I'm beyond caring about what it sounds like now. I'm starting to feel pegged. This isn't how today is supposed to go at all. There's MC with his casual outfit. Kinda like how... Reminds me of Natsuki, when Natsuki had MC's casual outfit on. In the original exit music. Honestly, the original ending for that mod. Anyway. And then I see him! He's approaching from the distance, down the street. He looks surprised to see me and quickens his pace. The relief I feel threatens to overwhelm me. Stay calm, stay calm. Act normal, act normal. Everything's going to be okay now. Yuri? Thank goodness. You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that, for some reason. Now I feel foolish for not having considered that. Probably. I'm still not used to the concept of using my phone. That's true too. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. I try to focus on the mundane to hide how unsettled I feel. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least, I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it'll be fine. I wonder what he was doing that kept him away from home. MC was visiting Sayuri. I can't seem to find my voice to ask him. I'm still trying to calm myself back down. You'll find out the reason later on, Yuri. MC's bedroom. I let him lead me to his room. The fact that he took me to his bedroom makes me wonder all over again about his feelings and intentions. Could he be thinking of encouraging intimacy between us two? It makes me harder to calm myself. I've never even been in someone else's room before. I can't help looking around in curiosity. I see that he has an appreciable collection of books on his bookcase. I'd love to pursue them at some point. It's so clean. I guess I won't have a chance to help him with that after all. Maybe I can at least still cook something later. I cleaned it before you came over, so that's very considerate of you to do. No. I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I'm real glad I helped you clean. That would even be more embarrassing. Wait, don't... Wait, what did he say? Wait, don't look at there! Suddenly he grabs my wrist! I'm sorry. Yeah, he was not too pleased with Yuri going in there. After a second of blind panic, I realized he isn't hurting me. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine. It's fine. He lets me go. I pull my hand away from the drawer I had been opening. I discreetly dig the nails of one hand into the other, and really cursing myself for being so stupid. So, should we get started? His expression is nervous, not angry. Maybe I haven't actually ruined things yet. Yes. It takes some effort to collect myself enough to act casual again. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? You know, mood lighting and aromatherapy candles. Oh, wow! I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place. Although May will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. You can't deny Natsuki's cupcakes. I just wish I could have one myself. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great! It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something I like about you, actually. Hearing that helps me breathe more easily. I wasn't aware until this moment how much tightness I was feeling in my chest. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. And kinda happy. Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little. Relax. I think now is a good time to begin carrying out my plan. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah? Like what? Let's see. I took a diffuser and a few of the candles out of my bag. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I avoid eye contact. He doesn't need to know I'm lying. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think it would be amazing. Don't you? Yeah, that would be really neat. What's that weird thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not familiar at all. Is that so? Good, I pretend to be an expert. Oh boy. It's one of my favorite contributions to a positive atmosphere. I try to recall what the sign said at the aromatherapy display. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. That'd be a good time to say friendship is magic. I activate the diffuser. A thin ray of vapor begins to spout through the hole on the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for? I dodged the question. This is a jasmine's essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Just hope we don't have fly with a flower. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Not relaxation at all, really. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable. But you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Hearing him say that makes me feel flushed with pride. I can't help smiling to myself. Or maybe the jasmine has affected me already. Could be both. I began pulling the art supplies out of my bag, starting with the ribbons. What are those for? Well... Did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. I hope this doesn't sound weird, but it was on the website, so I can't be too weird. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What would those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the door. Sorry. Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then, we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It will also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you put it. At this point, I'm sure the jasmine oil is affecting me. I feel heat rising in my face when I look at Side X. But the moment isn't right to make it an advance on him yet. Here's a marker, Side X. You can write any words you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. As Sonic starts writing words on the paper, I start unraveling the ribbons from their spools. And now comes the moment that gives me some trepidation. I take my knife out of my bag. I carefully unfold the blade, all the while reminding myself, it's just for the ribbons. I am only cutting the ribbons. That's all. Nothing else. Eh? That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well... I feel nervous all over again. I forgot to consider how this would look. I look away, feel scared about how he might react. My breathing starts to become irregular again. I reflexively grip the handle of the knife. I don't want to be made to feel this way while I'm holding it. What is it? You're going to think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know? If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. It's okay. It's okay. Just think of it as another opportunity to share something about myself. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. And I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. I should have said something safer. More normal sounding. I could have just said they remind me of my fantasy novels. What I'm saying... What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. My breath catches in my throat. You're laughing at me? You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you get about sharing. It's, well, an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah. It's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? I can't help taking a second to admire it. I feel like I relaxed again. In fact, maybe it's the effect of the jasmine, but I have the intoxicating feeling that I can share something truly intimate with him. We all know how that's gonna go down. Anyway. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. I carefully turned the knife so the handle is pointing towards him, and the cutting side of the blade is turned away from my hand. He takes the knife clumsily, allowing the blade to brush against my hand as he does so. I consider myself fortunate that I didn't bring one of my double-edged blades today. Seeing how carelessly he's handling something so precious to me is somewhat upsetting. I wonder if I should have given him a lecture about knife safety before handing it to him. Maybe I can still can. He's not the kind of person who would call me a know-it-all, right? Just as I'm thinking this, he jabs the point of the finger into his index finger. Ow! Sonny X! Why did you do that? For a wild instant, I wondered if Sonny X has a self-harm habit too. I didn't think it would be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. And it's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Why did I say that? That'll raise questions.
Oh no!
He's bleeding. Without any conscious decision to, I find myself taking his hand into mine to get a closer look. Being in contact with his hand gives me a tingly, dizzying feeling all over. The air feels heavy. My head is swimming. I stare, fascinating at the little river of blood trickling down the side of his finger. It's the first time I've seen someone else's blood up close. My hands twitch. His voice is like a dull buzzing in my ears right now. I tenderly take his bleeding finger inside my mouth. The whole world falls apart. The whole world falls away to be replaced by a rapturous feeling that overloads all my senses. At long last, I experience the most intimate of contact with his beautiful, supple hand. I barely suppress the urge to moan with pleasure as I run my tongue along the side of his finger. And suddenly, it's gone. It's all gone. The shocked look on Sonny X's face makes me realize the full horror of what I just did. Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. That was wrong. That was wrong. What do I even say after doing such a thing? Yuri. That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How can I do something like that? I'm sorry. Was I even thinking? I don't know. No people would put a cut finger in it. No people would put a cut finger in their mouth, but not someone else's cut finger. Yeesh. That was not a normal display of intimacy. I can't even blame the jasmine oil for that. There's something broken inside me, something that can't be fixed. I let out a moan of despair. If Sonny X wasn't still holding the knife, I would use it on myself. I think I really want to die now. Jeez, Yuri, man. There's no hope for any future for me. He'll tell everyone I did. What a freak I am. I will lose the last place that I feel safe, and no one will ever want anything to do with me again. My life, as I know it, is over. Oh boy, he just did. Something wet just touched my index finger. I feel a jolt that brings me back to my senses. Sonny X! Did you really just do that? That would even. I glance at my finger. There's no doubt about it. He just licked it. What does this mean? I knew that would be a bad idea. His nervous laughter rings in my ears. What I did was wrong. But I guess he wants to show that he's okay with it? I don't know. I really don't know. The only thing I'm sure of is the giddy feeling of reassurance that maybe he's more like me than I thought. You're so weird, Side X. Can't help giggling about it. I'm about to offer him a bandage from my bag, but I stopped myself. Remember that it might lead to more tricky questions. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it already stopped bleeding. I see. His blood must clot quickly. I feel a bit envious of that. That's relieving. I can't shake the feeling that this has all been rather unhygienic, but I can't bring myself to voice any concern of that. Cynex picks up the marker again and resumes writing words on the papers. I guess he'd rather ignore what just happened, so I follow his lead. I take my knife back and resume cutting the rivets. Just the rivets, just the rivets, just the rivets. Periodically, I glance at my finger again. It's dry now, but I savor the memory of the all too brief contact with CyneX's fluids. Is this okay? Is it okay for me to be thinking and feeling and wanting these things? If you want to be with him, then yeah. All depends how it goes. Anyway. I feel like something has been awakened within me. I feel like I want to put my mouth on him again. I want to lick his body all over. Stop it! Stop it! Stop thinking weird things! I want to punish myself. The knife is in my hand. It would be so easy. Just the rivets. Just the rivets. Just the rivets. Act normal. Act normal. I need to be normal. I know that the feeling of pain will help me regain my sense of focus, but I also know that I can't do it here. Even back when I was cutting myself regularly, I had rules for myself. One of those was that I would never do it away from home. How could I possibly think of doing it here, inside Yeka's house? I'm just going to focus on the task at hand, and the knife in my hand that I'm using to cut the rivets. And just the rivets! Now I'm one if I can discreetly lick my finger to take in the traces of his saliva without him noticing. Why am I thinking that? What's wrong with me? The storm is rising. My mind is in such turmoil, it's getting harder to focus on what I'm doing. I feel the blade of the knife graze my hand. I'm not even sure if I did it on purpose or not. And then I finish my task. I drop the knife on the floor, eager to be rid of the source of my urges. With Soniax's help, we're able to finish assembling the curtain. It looks great. Good thing I come up with this, Yuri. Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Focus. Just focus on what we're doing. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Ah, that's right. We need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water? I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted. Oh boy. He steps out of the room. And look at my knife on the floor. I should cut myself. No. Don't think that. I quickly back up against the wall, wanting to be as distant from the knife as possible. But I can't take my eyes off of it. It's like I'm being hypnotized by it. My breathing is getting out of control. My heart rate skyrockets. The storm floods my brain. My mind swarms with thoughts of how wrong and stupid and broken I am, and that I should give give in and just hurt myself. That this is just where I am. That I deserve this pain. Distantly, I hear the sound of water running in the other room. Sonic will only be occupied for about a minute. Oh boy. Oh boy. Does she actually do it? I have time to do it! But some last scrap of defiance within me tries to remind me of all the reasons not to do it. I think of Natsuki. I am a good person. I don't deserve to be hurt. Even as I repeat her words to myself, I feel my own lack of conviction. Almost as if the storm is talking to me. I hear a reply. What does she know? She wasn't even talking about cutting. I remind myself that is against my rules. You made up those rules yourself. They don't hold any meaning. Oh boy. I remind myself that cutting myself would drive Sonic away. You don't know that. You said yourself that he's real like you. And anyway, there's no way you'll end up with him if you're cowering in the corner of the room. If you do it high enough on your arm, he may not even notice. I hear the water stop running in the other room. Sonic will be back any second. Do it now! I dash my knife and pick it up from the floor. Oh boy. Does she actually do it? I think she is gonna do it. I pull up my right sleeve as high as I can. She did. I slash my knife across my bicep. The door is opening. I drop the knife again as I hastily pull my sleeve down. Yuri? He's concerned. Sonic comes back in, carrying 6 small cups of water on a plate. He looks perplexed, but not as alarmed as I would expect him to be if he saw what I just did. The pain of the cut is already bringing about a release of the tension I was feeling. My heart rate and breathing are slowly getting under control, but it takes some effort to get my voice sounding like something close to normal. Yes? Nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? I'm sure my smile looks very forced right now, but I try to keep things looking casual. No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. I hurriedly take the water from him and energetically unwrap the paint tablets to drop one into each. I hope that if I do this animatedly enough, it would provide a sufficient distraction for my knife on the floor. With a quick glance, I see that there was blood on the blade. I hope he doesn't notice. I'll have to wait until he isn't looking to put it away. So I thought we might do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for sunrise, then daytime, then sunset, and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat! What are you going to write? Well, I have a few ideas of what to say, but it's hard to concentrate, because I'm conscious of the feeling of blood running down my upper arm, under my sweater. It'll be more fun to surprise you. I forced a smile that I believe Simon would be proud of. If you say so. The two of us unroll the banner and spread it across the floor in the middle of the room. We kneel down on opposite sides of it, with the banner effectively acting as a barrier between us. I have mixed feelings about this. On the one hand, it will be harder on my plan of fostering intimacy between us. But on the other hand, today has gone so wrong that maybe it's just as well that we'll be blocked from each other. Everything is in such a shambles. I even broke one of my sacred rules I've made for myself. As the two of us get started painting, I feel preoccupied by the steady drip of blood down my arm. Why did I do it? Was it even worth it? In the moment, it felt like it was important to de-stress myself. But now, I feel like I've just replaced the stress of myself loathing with stress at the thought of him finding out about it. And now I'm going to have yet another scar that I will have to spend the rest of my life hiding. What was I thinking? It was a spur of the moment decision. I figured there was no time to line it up with the other cuts on my forearm, so I better do it high up. I have no idea how deep the cut is. I didn't have any time to assess it, and I don't dare to look at it now. I most likely won't be able to clean it until I get home. The blade would have been clean because it was in my bag. And then it was in him. I suddenly realized that since his blood was on the knife, I may have gotten some of it directly into my bloodstream. Why does that thought arose me? I'm finding it hard to control my breathing. How messed up am I that I would find such a thing sexy? Okay, don't go that far yet, Yuri. It ain't Act 2 yet. I can just imagine how that's gonna go down, though. Normally people get disgusted or afraid or angry when I talk about blood, or even basic anatomy. I've always been fascinated by human anatomy, how all our body parts and organs can work together in harmony, how even the smallest parts, right down to the tiniest cell, has its role. Even the smallest drop of blood. Reading and learning about it has helped me appreciate how wondrous and beautiful the human form is. But people always react badly if I try to express that to them. It's how those boys reacted to my anatomy book all those years ago. The day I got the most severely punished. Yeah, I still can't believe how that transpired. I long to tell Sonic about how much I want to carefully explore every inch of his body in excruciating detail, that if the bear wasn't between us, I would probably throw myself at him right now. Oh boy. But he would probably hate that. He would hate me. I would scare him away. How can I think such lustful thoughts around something that any normal person would find disturbing? It's a reminder that I deserve the pain I'm feeling. But I shouldn't think too hard about that. Or maybe break another of my rules. The one that says I won't cut myself more than once a day. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Sandiak's voice breaks the silence, forcing me to refocus my attention. I'm sorry this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? I consider this. Now that he mentions it, this is rather enjoyable. I think if I didn't have this task to occupy my hands, I would probably totally lose my mind right now. Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. I find myself reflecting on the time that Sanyax and I have spent together the last few days. I'm aware that most people seem to prefer to go out and party to have fun, but that's never had any appeal to me. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even something simple, like reading. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Before me, Sanyax, I wouldn't have known to say that. I feel a bit of pride about being able to say it with some authority now. Is that so? I think I feel the same way. I don't even have to force my smile this time. I know you understand. Clunk. Yeah! Sorry! I didn't mean to cry out, but I was already feeling quite tense. I let go of the brush I was reaching for and reflexively put my hand to my head, where it collided with his. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. Not my head anyway. It just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Your face! Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. He rushes out of the room. I don't even know how long I have. I quickly grab the knife from the floor, fold it up, and throw it in my bag. I feel bad about folding up when it's covered in blood. It feels somehow disrespectful to get blood on the inside of it. But I'll worry about cleaning it properly later. I hear the sound of water running in the distance. I want to inspect my wound. I can feel the blood running down my arm, coming to the point at my elbow. But I'm afraid of the prospect of something coming back in while I'm looking at it. I have no idea how messy it is. Time passes. I still hear the water running. How long is it going to take? If I had known I had this much time, I definitely would have looked. I'm inwardly cursing myself for not doing when I had the chance. And now I hear the water turn off and his footsteps coming back. So it really is too late. My breath catches in my throat when he kneels down in front of me at arm's length. Here. The towel's hot when he applies it to my face. I welcome the heat after being so cold for so long. And the contact of his hand arouses me all over again. Is something wrong? I probably shouldn't moan like that. It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. After wiping down my face and neck, he starts to pull his hand away. Without thinking, I grab hold of his wrist and hold his hand against my neck. Wait. And? Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. That's an understatement. You think? I look into his eyes while gently but firmly holding on to him. There's an energy crackling between us that sets my heart racing. I pour my lips, ready to put his beautiful, sensual hand in my mouth again. But I know I shouldn't do that. I feel so much pent-up emotion that I just want to do something. Oh boy. I pull closer to him, not taking my eyes off of his. I'm thankful for the fact that there is no longer a barrier between us. My body aches to be with him. Should I kiss him? I cast my mind back to every romance novel I've ever read. There's always do all kinds of things. They always do all kinds of things together, but it always starts with a kiss. And it's usually initiated by the man. I guess that means I have to wait for him. Why do these stupid gender rules exist? Why can't I just be kissing him now? Why won't he kiss me? I want to grab his other wrist and pin him to the bed. I want to embrace him hard and make love like there's no tomorrow. But I hold myself back. I don't know if he wants this. It has to be his decision. He just looks nervous and confused right now. Maybe he's just as confused as I am. Maybe he wants me, but he also doesn't know how to proceed. Or maybe he really doesn't want any of this after all. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Do I dare take the risk of initiating the kiss? Would it be okay? Would it be wrong? How wrong would it be? Right now, I feel like if something doesn't happen, I'm going to explode. I'll do it. I'm going to kiss him. My pounding heart overwhelms me. But just as I start to move in, I notice something. Something wet just touched my leg. Ah! Blood has soaked through the sleeve of my sweater. There's a visible red spot on my elbow, and it's dripping onto me. Oh boy. I pull away from him, trying to keep my elbow out of his view. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. Oh boy. I really am feeling lightheaded. I start worrying again about how much blood I'm losing. I try to hide my expression by picking up my paintbrush while also discreetly trying to inspect my elbow. I have to hold myself awkwardly to do this while keeping it out of his view. That explains why MC was saying that Yuri wasn't doing it as fast as she was doing before. But anyway. Fortunately, the bloody spot on my elbow is small, so it isn't hard to conceal it. But I'm sure it's just a matter of time before it grows to a noticeable size. Meanwhile, he just picks up his own paintbrush and resumes painting from his previous position. I'll have to abandon all thoughts of any further intimacy today. I'm sure it would kill any possible romance. Sorry. I'm sure it would kill any possible romantic mood if I accidentally get him covered in blood. Yeah, probably. Fortunately, it isn't long before we finish painting. That should do it. Sonia has just put the last of the stars in the sky on the nighttime section. Despite all that I'm feeling, I can't help admire our work. I think it came out better than expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true. But won't that take a while? Well, this would have been an excellent excuse to spend more time with him, but I really need to go. Perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I could do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew. Is he relieved? That hurts a little. That was the most forced laugh I've ever uttered. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? No, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't kiss him then. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to go. I need to start making dinner soon. So you don't have any time left? Well, I really want to stay. He has no idea how much I want to stay right now and be with him. But I can't. I desperately need to get home so I can clean myself up. I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I really am. I was hoping that there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. It really isn't. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. I try to occupy myself with gathering my things, but the weight of disappointment is crushing me. Sandex walks me out of the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. I wish he did have me. I wish he had me all night long. No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then, I fumble for my sleeve, making sure the play spot is out of his view. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait! About today. It's fine that we didn't have much. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted. Oh boy. Because we could do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over. Or we could go out somewhere. I forgot you don't like going out much. He nervously stammers and trips over his words, but all I can do is smile. Because it means this isn't over. Maybe I'll have another chance another day. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so... You're very thoughtful, Sandex. I step forward and take his hand, being careful to keep my bloody arm behind my back. I kinda like that about you. Well... I want to hold him, to hug him, to embrace him. But I know this is all I can do right now. Anything else would have to wait until another day. Uh-oh. MC? And then I see something that makes me pull back in fear. Sayuri! Eh?
Hi, Sandex.
Sayuri! Just now, we would...
It's okay, Sandex. I just thought by to say hi.
I have to go. I have to go. I have to go. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave.
Oh, really? That's too bad.
I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right?
Of course.
She's smiling, but it's clearly the mask again. Yeah, I gotta feel this. Yeah, this is it. Unfortunately, spoiler alert. This is gonna be the last time we're gonna see Sayuri for a while. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. I run. I just keep running away, cradling my elbow. I don't look back. Oh boy. The whole way home, I feel nothing but anger. Anger at myself. Anger at my self-harm habit. Anger at the world. Why did I do it? Why did I do it? Why did I do it? If I hadn't given in to my urges, I could probably be making sweet, tender love to Sandex right now. Instead of feeling this burning sexual frustration that makes me want to break things. The first thing I do when I get home is pull my knife out of my bag and hurl it across the room. It makes a loud bang against the wall and it falls to the floor. This is all your fault! I'm shaking with fury. I look over at the rest of my collection in the rack, hanging on my wall. I rush over to it and aggressively wrench it down. The nails that were supposed to support it go flying. Oh man! Oh man! Whoa! She actually did it! I threw the whole thing on the floor with a crash. All my knives go clattering across the room. I don't even try to control my heavy breathing as I gaze down and rage at them. It takes a few minutes of staying there, staring at them, for me to calm down enough to sit down on my bed. It's taken me years to build up my collection. Some were ordered online. Some I picked up from a trade show. I worked hard to acquire my knives. I spent a lot of money on them. In some cases, I had to do scary things to get them. And they held a pride of place on my wall for a long time. But now, I find I can only look at them with disgust. I know they're not the cause of my addiction to self-harm. That comes from within me. But at the same time, I bent down and pick up the display rack. I then go around and pick up all the knives one by one and pile them on the rack. Every single one of them. Tears are already forming in my eyes as I do this. I carry them outside. I feel tears streaming down my face as I approach the garbage can. I'm sorry. You're all very beautiful, and I'm going to miss you. But I can't do this anymore. Oh man, she actually goes through with it. I dumped them all in the garbage. I'm really going to miss you. I'm struggling to maintain some semblance of control of my emotions as I turn my back on them. I enter my room. My eyes are drawn to the empty space where my knives used to be. Something about the sight makes me feel like something is breaking inside of me. I collapse on my bed, sobbing. I feel like I've just lost a fundamental part of myself. I don't know how I would ever fill the empty hole left behind. I have no idea how long I spent lying there crying. I eventually become aware of the blood soaking through the sleeve of my sweater. It's draining my bed sheets red. Sorry. It reminds me of why I'm doing this. I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing. I don't know if it makes me feel any better. In any case, I should go clean myself up. Oh man. I really hope this is the last time I have to do this. I removed my sweater to get a better look at my injury. Yet there's another sweater I ruined. I don't know if I'll be able to save this one. My whole upper arm and elbow are covered in blood. I washed it away to get a better look. Fortunately, the cut doesn't look very deep. But it's long enough that it would take a few bandages to cover it. As I'm cleaning it, I find myself thinking about what Natsuki told me yesterday. She was right. I needed to get angry. I think this is the only way I'm going to be able to move forward in my life. With the cut cleaned up, I head back to my room. I carefully avoid looking at the empty space where my knife rack used to be as I get the box of bandages from my bag. As I sit on my bed, applying bandages to my wound, I consider my next steps. Maybe the next step has to be the scariest of all. I need to admit that I have a problem. That much is obvious, but I need to admit it to Side X. And I think it would be easier now that I claim that it's a thing of the past. My knives are all gone. There's nothing else keeping me and Side X apart. Or so I hope. He's been so good to me. It's been so accepted to all my faults so far. It gives me hope that maybe I can show this deeply personal aspect of myself without scaring him away permanently. There are so many ways this could go. I imagine that in the best case scenario, he will understand me and love me and accept me, and we could be together forever. And I could be happy for the rest of my life. But in the worst case scenario, you'd be disgusted and hate me and tell everyone so that everyone else hates me too. If you think that's crazy, just imagine Interview Club. Anyway. And I would be miserable for whatever amount of life I would have after that. This could either be the best or worst thing I do in my life. But then again, in all the best stories, some part of the hero has to die on the way to achieving a quest. That's what this is for me, the point of no return. No matter what happens, my own way of life dies and I move on to my next leg of my journey. You have no idea how right you're gonna be, Yuri. With so much riding on this decision, it would probably be wise to take some time to think about it. But I've come so far, just in the past week, that I feel like I can't live like I was anymore. I spent far too much of my life hiding myself, just living in my head. It's time to start living in the real world. To experience all the wonderful, beautiful things it has to offer that everyone else takes for granted and that I have to shut myself off from. And I want to start it now. I can't wait. I think tomorrow at the festival, I'm going to tell him. The thought terrifies me, but at the same time, it excites me. No matter how it goes, I think it would be a relief to finally show my secret. And now that I really think about it, even if Sonic X takes it badly, I may still have other people to turn to. Natsuki, my newest friend, she said she understands the feeling of deserving pain. She would probably understand my habit. Or maybe Sayuri, my depression buddy. Maybe it's my turn to tearfully confide in her. Even Manga could be someone I could turn to, although I'm less certain about how understanding she would be. Maybe things won't be so bad. There's nothing to do now but wait and see. Sorry for the sudden interruption, Hedgehog Maniacs, but I'm stopping right there. I actually did the rest of Act 1 for this recording, but I didn't think the day of the festival, from Yuri's perspective, was going to last as long as it's going to be when I showcase it to you. But that whole experience with MC and Yuri doing the decorating and everything, it was something to say the least. But what got me was not the fact that she cut herself during her visit at MC's house, but the fact that she took the knife shelf and just threw it. That was a shocker, honestly. I figured she would have kept it up and waited until the morning of the festival to do it, but sorry for the spoiler, but I'm still shocked by that. That's all I have to say for now. Until then, Sonic X is signing out. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and let me know what you think down below. And if you want to see more of my content, subscribe to me so you'll check out the rest of my content, and you can also check out the videos you see here on the screen. I told you to stop doing that, Monica!